Thank you for coming back so promptly. It is with great pleasure that I introduce this morning's speaker. Terri Langhans, who has written the book 7 Mistakes Every Business Makes and How to Stop Them, has written a book with Mark LeBlanc, who has spoken here, is CEO of her own business, started a marketing agency on her own and grew it and sold it to one of the bigger ones, has won numerous awards like the Clio and just a boatload of them, has been doing marketing since she was 4 years old, as a mother, I could go on and on about why blah, 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 just on and on and on. And so it is with great joy and anticipation. Please put your hands together for Terri Langhans.
Thank you. The woman of certified professionals, certified speaking professional, one of 277 women worldwide, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. I so enjoyed how we started this morning and completely rearranged what I want to share with you to piggyback on what we started with goals and intention for the year. The title of this program, Help Them Hire You, How to Grow Your Business When You Are the Business, mentioned that, I used to have an ad agency and a marketing firm, and I started with one partner, and we did grow it big enough to sell. Marketing is what I learned, working with hundreds and hundreds of clients, whether it's a huge health system or one independent professional executive coach. But there's one big difference when you are the business. The assets go home at night. You may not have a huge inventory, but when you are the business, you sell your time, your talent, your creativity, your wisdom, your healing. That's wearing a lot of hats, and marketing takes just a little bit of a shift. And here's how. Is there anyone here who has not had the thought at some point in your business life, wow, I could really use a few more referrals, or man, I need to get out and do some more marketing? That's what the big companies say, and that's what the little folks like us say, but it's a little different for us. And here's why. Usually when I hear that, either I hear myself or I hear other people saying, gosh, I really need to do some marketing, or Terri, quick, can you help me do some marketing? It's an opportunity, but it also reflects the concept of your business and growing your own business based on the theory of the milk stool. Now, bear with me. You've probably heard your business compared to a ship, and you're the captain, and you have a rudder. And for a moment here, I want you to think of your business as if it were a 3-legged milk stool. For those of you in the engineering world, 3 points define a plane. My husband tells me this. He's the engineer. We wake up one morning and go, wow, I really need to do some marketing. It's usually because we have been neck deep or under the delivery leg. You have the delivery side of your business. In other words, you're doing the voodoo you do. And you are doing your consulting, or you are doing your speaking, or coaching, or healing, or whatever it is. You also have the collections leg of your business. You're cashing the checks, you're depositing the money, you're collecting on the invoices. How many of you are in a business where you don't get paid 100% upfront in advance when they hire you? Yeah, just about all of us, right? I get usually 50% to book a date, and then I have to deliver the service before I collect the balance. So we are diving deep into delivery because for most of us, we have to finish the work before we get paid for the work. And at some point, we look up and where are those clients? Or I've got one client that's 80% of my business, and what happens if that goes away? I need to do some more marketing. I need some more clients. That's your third leg. But I want you to think of the third leg of your business as your booking leg. You have your booking leg, your delivery leg, and your collections leg. The booking leg is those things that you do to book business, to win a client, to make a sale. Here's what I have found. Our ego runs on our delivery leg. How's business? Oh, it's great. I've got, my calendar's full. I've got all these clients. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. We feel, great, our ego, that we're busy. Our emotions run on the collection leg. How am I going to pay the rent? And if they don't make those changes and approve that stuff, I'm not going to be able to bill the balance. And we get caught up in this, I'm busy, but I need the money. Or I'm not busy and I really need the money and I need to do some marketing. But what I found from being in the ad agency world is you win, I have my happy dance, woohoo, got the client, got the booking, and then I would dive deep into delivery of the service. And as that delivery is winding down and the check is being cashed, I come up for air and I'm looking for the next client. Not real smart, is it? Because when is the best time to look for new business? When you don't need it, right? That we all know that. But how do you do that? How do you do all that you do? And I heard a lot of people discussing first thing this morning at our table talk about wanting more balance and wanting not to be driven so hard with work, 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 work. Well, how are you going to balance all of that? Here's what I learned the hard way so that you don't have to, and here's how I work with people now. If you have those three legs of the stool, you've got bookings, delivery, and collections. I want you to become a booking machine. Focus your new business and marketing efforts on getting the business. I've never yet seen anyone come back to me and say, oh, Terri, all that stuff you did, it worked. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've just got so many clients and I've got some. No, you'll figure the delivery and the collections part out. Trust me, those are the kind of problems you want to have. So create a booking machine. How does that happen? First thing is people say, well, I need some more clients. I need to do some marketing. Some marketing, more clients, not specific enough. If you were here, who was here, I think it was in December, for Mark LeBlanc's talk at the Edge. Okay, I'm going to piggyback on a concept he said, and you'll catch up real quick if you didn't hear Mark. He is famous for what he calls his optimistic number. That is the number that you want to book. In other words, people will come and say, I need to do some marketing. Okay, great. Well, I need to do this, and I want to try that, and I want to, no. That's a random act of marketing. We need to know how many bookings. What does your number look like? So on a monthly basis, this is critical. Start building your booking leg by looking at how many do you need? What is the number that you want to book every 30 days? That doesn't mean deliver. In fact, here's the definition. I don't remember if Mark gave it, but here it is if you want to have it twice in your notes. Your optimistic number is that number that represents the amount of work you want to book every 30 days at your current fee level, with your fun meter on max, and having the kind of balance you want between work and professional life. It's that number that represents the amount of work you want to book in a month at your current fee level, with your fun meter on max, and having the kind of balance you want between work and life, or work and home, professional and personal life. That sounds like a lot of parts, but a lot of you said, I want to read more. I want to have more time with a certain someone. Well, what's your number going to be then? If it's $10,000, because I can do the math a little easier with that, your number may be $1,000. Your number may be $500. It could be, $100,000 a month. Can you make the math work? If my number were 100,000, my math could be 2 for 5. I want to book 2 speaking engagements at $5,000 each every month. So I'm looking for 2 bookings every month. Bookings, I don't have to deliver them. I just need to book them. If you provide a service, how many a day, how many a month, how many a week? Do the math. What is that number? Because we can't make any marketing decisions until we know, where are you now and where do you want to go? So I'm going to create a booking machine for what number? That's your optimistic number every 30 days. Great. Okay, I'm going to try going to more networking meetings. I want to go here. I want to go there. Remember, Mark talked about your morning routine. If you want to grow your business, and you are the business, you still have a day that you're going to have to do delivery. So what do you do on a daily basis to get to that number? Talked about your morning routine starts with this question, the AM question. What will I do today to reach my optimistic number of X? Okay, what will I do today? Not what will I do today. That will take you down tangents that you don't want to even look at. And at the end of the day, you'll go, oh, I was busy, but I didn't get anything done. So, what will I do today to reach my optimistic number of X? Here's the part that we didn't go deep on last time. Your answer to the AM question is to number a piece of paper 1, 2, 3. And you will write down or keyboard in or stylus, but you will get it out of your head. Nothing great will happen if it stays in your head. It's got to get out. Write down 3 high-value activities that will help you reach your optimistic number of X. So what is a high-value activity? It's an HVA. You look at that number and you think, okay, where am I today? What will I do today? I need 3 high-value activities. Here's the definition of a high-value activity. It's not, oh, I'll balance my checkbook. No, that's not going to get you to your, is that going to help you reach your optimistic number of X? Maybe not. A high-value activity is a new business development step. Just a little step. It's new business development step that involves working on a marketing tool or executing a marketing strategy. And put a ... after that. A high-value activity is a new business development step where you are working on a marketing tool or executing a marketing strategy, such as I will work on my website 1 hour. I will attend Inside Edge 3 hours. A marketing strategy or a marketing activity. You will make phone calls. If phone calls, direct mail, networking, speaking is both a profit center for me as well as it is a marketing activity. The more I speak, the more I speak. So one of my HVAs today was speak 45 minutes, Inside Edge. An HVA must be framed by a number. Time or quantity. I will spend 1 hour working on my website. I will make 1 new business phone call. I'll make 10 new business phone calls. Quantity, 10 phone calls. 1 is a number. I'll make 1 phone call. Spend 10 minutes researching a venue for my workshop. It starts with a verb: write, attend, research, think about. Here's one for me today. It's a big delivery day for me. I'm here with you. But I have 3 HVAs. Number 1, speak 45 minutes inside Edge. Make 1 new business development call. And I have the name of the person there. I'm only going to have time for 1 today. Think is a verb, think about topics for my monthly newsletter. 2 hours. You're going, 2 hours? Why in the world are you going to spend 2 hours thinking about something? I have to drive. I don't have to. I get to drive to the desert later today, and drive time, especially in our area, I call it a drive unit. You can't get anywhere around here in less than 45 minutes. So many times I'll say, think about X for 45 minutes, because while I'm driving, but it has to be, one of my marketing tools is a monthly newsletter. If it's think about, sometimes I would be tempted to say rehearse a new close for your presentation. That's delivery. Now I could stretch my own rules and say, well, no, speaking is a marketing strategy, and but be honest with yourself. If you want more of the kinds of clients and business and referrals that will get you where you want to be on a regular basis, what 3 little things can you do on a daily basis, working on a marketing tool or executing a marketing strategy? And here's my tip: dial it down. Maybe you will work on your website for 20 minutes. Just needs a number. Spend 20 minutes, revising website. Write draft of article. Now here's the difference. Write 300-word article. That technically is an HVA, but how many of you will feel bad if you don't finish that article on the day you write it down? So that's why I say, work on article 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Think about your article. Organize article for 20 minutes. We tend to beat ourselves up. I heard a lot of people talking about, well, I want to judge less. And who do we judge and are we the hardest on? Ourselves. So you've got the list. What will I do today to reach my optimistic number of X? 3 high-value activities framed by a number or time, and you can crank those out. This isn't your to-do list. You can crank those out in maybe 90 minutes. Get them done first thing in the morning. And you've got the rest of the day for delivery, or the rest of the day for fun, or reading, or all those other things that you want to do more of. Crank these out. I have found, when I do my one-day workshop, I always ask people, what are the key things that you're going to use right away? Hands down, high value. This is simple stuff. We all know this. But on a daily basis, HVAs have been the answer to growing your business when you are the business. Because you dial the numbers down based on your delivery leg and the amount of money you want to collect as part of your optimistic number, setting that goal. But on a daily basis, you're taking a step every day towards that booking machine. Now I said put a ... It's a new high-value activity, is a new business development step where you are working on a marketing tool or executing a marketing strategy. Here comes the catch. directed at your primary profit center. Your primary profit center is that offering or segment of your business that you love to do. That you want more of. I'm not going to find, fun. You want to have fun. Whatever it's going to be, it's got to be fun for you this year. My word for this year is excited. If I can't get excited about that client or that speech or that program, no, I'm not going to do it. So my primary profit center, the one I am most excited about, is speaking. I have speaking, I have consulting, and I have products. Think about what are your profit centers? What are your service lines, your product lines, your various ways that you track your number? So when I say if I were to say my optimistic number is $10,000, for me, that's $10,000 in speaking is what will get me excited at the end of the month. Now, my collections leg in the bank doesn't care if that $10,000 came from consulting, and I'm happy to cash those checks as well, but what I will get excited about is speaking. So my HVAs, every morning when I ask the AM question, what will I do today to reach my optimistic number of 10,000? It's 3 things related to speaking. So if it's call Bonnie regarding coaching, that's on my to-do list, but that's not a high-value activity for me because it's not related to the thing I love the most and want to do the most of. Yes, it stays on the list, and yes, I'll do it, but imagine every day 3 focused new business development steps directed at what you want most of, where you can serve best and make the biggest difference. If you do 3 of those a day, 5 days a week, that's 60 new business development steps focused on taking you closer in the direction of your dream. 60 new business development steps in 30 days. Do you think that would move the needle a little? Do you think that might help reach that optimistic number on a more realistic and regular basis? And it could be make 1 new business development call Mary. Make 1 new business development call Bob. So essentially, this is how it's not cheating the system, but it's how I stay with the practice. And if I'm going to make 3 new business calls, those are my 3 HVAs on a busy delivery day. I'm doing a campaign right now this month targeting architectural, engineering, and construction firms because they're in an industry that all look alike, and I help people stand out and get better results from their marketing. So my HVAs are going to be around making follow-up calls from a direct mail piece, and I will have maybe 10 phone calls a day for a week or 2 because I'm following up. I'm in the middle of a campaign. You may want to create that kind of focused effort as well. But there will be many times that you wake up in the morning and say, well, what will I do today to reach my optimistic number of X? And you're going to say, well, I guess I could do this, I guess I could do that. Or you may be saying, oh, this is great, I'm gonna work on this, I'm gonna get to that. I've made you dangerous, is my fear right now. Because it's one thing to ask the AM question and say, what will I do today? And write down 3 things. What I don't want you to do is suddenly fall into that random act of marketing. You know, there's good RAM and there's bad RAM. The good RAM is on your computer. What is it? Random access memory. It's a shortcut, I'm told. This is where, see, I'm married to the engineer for 34 years, but I'm the creative type, and so I'm told that it's a shortcut that goes down in, to get your stuff so that it doesn't have to search as hard. That's good RAM. Bad RAM is random acts of marketing. It's a shortcut too. It's, well, I'll try this, I'll try that. To make it good RAM, I want it to be regular acts of marketing. What will you do every 30 days to reach your optimistic number of X? Will you make phone calls? Will you attend networking meetings? Pick one or two marketing activities or strategies that you will focus on. That will help drive your HVAs. So I'm into an area here where I want you to think of what 3 things will I do every day to reach my optimistic number of X. Where's that list going to come from? If it's worth doing, it's worth benchmarking. It's worth measuring. If it's worth having, it's worth measuring. You asked the question here as a group, but I was chatting with my adult daughter yesterday, and she said, you know, I really don't have any New Year's resolutions because they just fall by the wayside at, you know, the first time we have a meal, usually. And she said, but here's what I want. I want to cook more. Don't go out as much. I want to cook at home more. I was like, okay, am I being mom or am I being marketing person? I said, well, you know, in my world, when I hear someone say, I want more clients, I want more of this kind of business, I want more whatever, I encourage them to create a benchmark. That's when she rolls her eyes. Yeah, I know, Mom. I said, really, what do you know? Well, that's something about putting a number on it. I said, yeah, if you want to cook more, how many times a month will you cook? It's not annual resolution. It's every 30 days. So she has a cooking benchmark. Every 30 days, she's going to cook, I think she picked 8. At least 8 times a month, she will cook in. A benchmark is a number that measures an activity or a result. That's all a benchmark is. A New Year's resolution, I think the problem is, it's for a year. If you want more fun, have a fun benchmark. I was sitting with Kathleen at her table, and I hope you don't mind if I share, you wanted to read more. I had the same objective last year, but it was from this notion of work-life balance. I know that if I'm reading a novel, I'm not working. If I'm reading a nonfiction book about business, I'm working. So I set a benchmark of 1. I will read 1 novel every month. Because if I reach that benchmark, I know I've had to make time, whether it's reading in bed or now it's Audible and I get to multitask, and if I'm on a treadmill and listening to a book, I'm covering 2 benchmarks in 1 activity. But if it's worth doing, it's worth measuring. So I'd like you to, maybe on the back of the flyer that I gave you, I would like you to write this is your will-do list. It's your enders. Enders, we have repeaters. Those are the things you do on a regular repeating basis. And we have enders. Enders are benchmarks. And I want you to think of, here are some categories. You will have financial benchmarks. You will have marketing benchmarks, sales benchmarks. I have a fun benchmark. I have a health. How many people in here we're talking about? Okay, I want to exercise more. Don't give me more. Every 30 days. How many times? I have a relationship, well, it's benchmark. It's 2. I have, one's for my mom, who lives about an hour and a half away from me, and my benchmark is 2. We're going to have 2 movie dinner nights a month. It's important. I want to do that. I have a Bailey benchmark. Guess who Bailey is? My granddaughter. But it is a good dog name. Thank you. Yes. I'll be sure and tell her that. No. And Bailey lives in Denver, Colorado. So I have a benchmark of 4 for Bailey. I will Skype once a week and or get myself bookings in Denver a lot. Anything worth doing is worth measuring. Your relationship benchmark might be someone you need to do a little repair with. Date night might be a benchmark. You can come up with all kinds of categories. A fun benchmark, I realized, I love what I do so much that it's fun, and it's hard to tell when I'm not working. That's my definition of success, when you can't tell the difference between work and play. But when I looked at what would be my fun benchmark, I picked tennis, which could also be health, but I've got something separate for that. So my tennis benchmark is 4, once a week. Here's, if your benchmarks are divisible by 4, yes, 4 in a week, 30 or 12, your brain will work with you. If you say, I'm going to do yoga 10 times a month, well, is that 2 times 1 week? And make it 8 or make it 12 and dial it down. It's real fun to go, woo, hit my benchmarks. I did 10, but my benchmark was 8. So an example of a financial benchmark would be your optimistic number. $10,000. Your donation, your giving on a monthly basis, your savings, your retirement, those would be financial benchmarks. Every 30 days, what will your number be? Your marketing benchmark, decide what those marketing strategies are. If networking is one of your benchmarks, are you going to 1 meeting a month? 4, once a week? You network in different groups? Maybe it's 4. It's a primary strategy. You're going to be out marketing once a week. Direct mail, phone calls. I would suggest that phone calls, you could make that number 20. I hate the phone. I don't want to use it. 1 a day. 5 days a week, 1 a day, just like your vitamins. Recommended daily activity. 1 phone call. Pick up how many of you have a stack of business cards sitting around somewhere or all over the place? Oh, yeah. What was that? Oh, this person wanted to talk about, oh, wow, I wonder if they'll remember me. Find those, pick up the phone, and here's the best gift I have for you this holiday season. Your high-value activity is make 1 call. Mary. It is not reach Mary. It is not talk to Mary. It is call Mary. It's not about reaching Mary. It is about reaching out. I plan, when I do these phone calls, I say a little prayer right before I pick up the phone that the person is not there. I want to leave voicemail. I'll call. So if you're serious about growing your business, then this would be 30. Because a great time to get voicemail is on Saturday and Sunday. Call them when you don't think they'll be there. It's about reaching out. Now, we need to take a little sidebar here about what in the world do you say. could be that if these are people you know, you're just touching base. Hey, it's been a while. I found your card. I'm embarrassed that it's been so long. Love to chat. Avoid the words and catch up with you. Do you want to return calls for people who want to catch up with you? Probably not. So here is another tool that I found from, and I'll tell you, from when Mark LeBlanc and I intersected, it was with this tool. I heard him speak, and it made the telephone receiver light as a feather as soon as I learned how to use it. Because like most people, I resisted calling people back and talking about my business. It's called, he calls it the defining statement. And I could go, in fact, in my workshop, I go hours on this one tool. But I want to give you the model, and then I'm going to give you access to a product on my website for free that you can listen at your own pace for all the details on how to use it. But here's the other key thing that will help you grow your business. 3 high-value activities every day. If you will pick up that phone and you learn how to talk about your business and what you do in a way that people will actually listen to you, be attracted to what you say, hire and refer you more, you will be happy to pick up that phone, maybe even on a daily basis. So here's what it is. Most of us talk about our, well, I do this and I'm one of these and here's my title and here's how I do, and I'm the former CEO of an ad agency and a marketing firm, author, trainer, speaker, humorist, blah, blah, blah. Who's that about? Me, 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 me. The little card deck you have, no one cares about you, I'm sorry, or your boring business. What do they care about? Exactly. So if you're picking up the phone and people are going through their voicemails, the last thing they want on their voicemail is a sales pitch. And they don't want to hear all about you. So here's how you turn that into something they care about. Instead of talking about what you do and how you do it and how long you've done it and who you've done it for, talk about what the outcome of what you do is. And here's the model. Here's what I do. Hi, my name is Terri Langhans. My company's name is blah, blah, blah. I usually pause. Really. I speak to business audiences who want their marketing to stand out and get better results. Or I speak to AEC firms who want their people to be clear, confident, and convincing whenever they have something important to say. I work with blank who want blank and blank. I work with someone here is a coach. I coach small business owners who want blank and blank. What do small business owners want? I work with ADD, teenagers with ADD. I work with parents of teenagers with ADD who want blank and blank. Write as many of those as you possibly can about your business, and what you will have is a list of pairs of want and need words. That's what people care about. So when I'm leaving a voicemail, hi, this is Terri Langhans, blah, blah, blah. I speak to business audiences who want, I speak to bank associations. I fill in the blank because I know who I'm calling usually. I speak to architectural firms who want their people to be clear, confident, and convincing whenever they have something important to say. Does that sound like it might be a fit for your organization? If that sounds like it might be a fit, I would love to explore whether or not I could be of service. These are all endings. I work with blank who want blank and blank. If you would like to explore whether or not I might be a fit for you, I'd love to have that conversation. Leave your phone number. That's my favorite. if you would like to explore whether or not, I love that not word even though it's a negative word, because why? Doesn't that just lower the resistance? It's not going to be a sales pitch. If you'd like to explore whether or not that might work for one of your meetings, give me a call, phone number, or you can visit my site, blah, blah, blah.us. Now, if you write piles of these, you will not use hardly any of them for the defining statement. You'll find one or two that just seem to click. But you'll also have a list of want and need words for the rest of the conversation when they call, so that you're doing what you want more of. Now, here's the offer, because I want to continue on some of the benchmarking. I did a teleseminar last year called Help Them Hire You, how to talk about your business so that people will listen, hire, and refer you more of it. And it sells on my website, but I will give you the bypass link to that teleseminar if you put your business card in this handy dandy little box. I'll email you. Be sure your business card, I can't believe I have to say this, but you'd be surprised. Be sure your business card has your email address on it. If you are writing on a cocktail napkin, that'll work too, but I need your email address to send you the bypass link. And I will also put you on my monthly anything but blah, monthly or so, electronic newsletter for tips on marketing and standing out. If you don't want to be on that list, write no tips on the back of your card, and I will still send you the bypass link, and then I'll tear your card up and put it in the trash. I promise. I'm not going to barrage anybody. If you happen to know of any other speaking opportunities where I might be a fit, put an S on the back of your business card, and then I'll reach out. And I will try to talk to you. No, I won't want to get your voicemail. So no tips means send me the link, and no thank you on the tips. S means you might know of another group. So defining statement changed my business because it took down the fear factor. It gave me courage because now I'm really looking for a fit. This is who I serve best, people who want this and this, who want more of this and less of that. There's, I think, 7 tips, 3 tests, and some other tools on the tape that show you then how to use those words through the rest of meaningful conversation, decision triggers, and things like that. But that is all around what will you do today to reach your optimistic number of X? Is there someone you can call? 5 people you can call? How many emails will you send out? My marketing benchmark is 1 for my electronic newsletter. When I look at my benchmarks in the morning and look at my number, my 10,000 or whatever my number is, what am I going to do today? Well, I could call back one person, or maybe I should spend half an hour writing my electronic newsletter. That might be, HVAs come from your benchmarks. This is where you get inspired to do what you do. A sales benchmark is what I call the meaningful, you want to track your meaningful conversations. Now, that isn't the social edge, not those meaningful conversations. Write down these 4 things. There are 4 phases of the marketing and selling process. The attraction phase. Your defining statement is your best tool to serve the attraction phase. The meaningful conversation. The tell me more. How do you do that? When do you do that? Who have you done it with? How much do you charge? The decision phase. That's just what I need. That's when you want to get the question, how much do you charge? And the agreement phase. So you have attraction, meaningful conversation, decision, and agreement. The attraction phase is typically right here in your marketing. How do you talk about your business? What's your defining statement? What strategies do you use to get your message in front of the right people? If it works, they usually pick up the phone and call you, or they go to your website, or you write a proposal, or you have a one sheet. That's your meaningful conversation. If you're using your want and need words in all of those tools, the idea is at some point in that meaningful conversation, they're going to go, oh, that's what I need. That sounds perfect. How much do you charge? You have lowered fee resistance in the attraction and meaningful conversation stage. Decision, and then it's, all right, is that 50% up front? And you get into the details. So, if you want to grow your business and do more of what you love to do and where you have the most significance in this world, you need to figure out what is that number on a monthly basis. What is my primary profit center that enables me to do that? Who can I serve best? And then, on a daily basis, ask yourself that morning question. What will I do today to reach my optimistic number of X? 3 baby business development steps that will take you in the direction of your dream. And when you do that, when you are able to articulate what you do and for whom you do it best, and you are on a daily basis putting that message out, trust me, the world will respond with the right people. If you're looking for the right fit and targeting the right fit, you will attract the right fit. But it's not about just thinking about it. It's writing it down, 20 to 60 new business development steps every 30 days. When that happens, I have found you will not only do more business, you will love what you do more. And when that happens, life will love you back. Thank you. Thank you.